Yo, 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 mic check, a microphone record. There's Rocksteady at KOTP TV, King of the Pit TV. We're back at it with Megadeth, the third record. So far, so good, so what? So, Slayer had Rain in Blood as their third record. Metallica had Master of Puppets as their third record. This one, so far, so good, so what, isn't, from what I'm aware, Megadeth's peak. I mean, we got Rust in Peace coming up. So we've broken the pattern that was emerging with the big three here. And I just did a listen through to... it was a third record of someone. I don't even know at this point. But we got a reoccurring theme where the third record is really, really good. So... we're going to get into it. I've not listened to this record before, so I've heard bits and bobs of Megadeth over the years, especially when I was younger. But I never had this one, never had this record. I had the greatest hits, or, you know, like a singles compilation. And bloody hell, track number 3, we've got Anarchy in the UK. What a bizarre place to put that. In my darkest hour, I might have heard. And as we can see, this is remastered. So... the quality is going to be a little bit better than the original release. We've got comments so we can see what people are into. And without further ado, we'll just get on with it. So, you know how it goes. Let me just bang that in there. Bada bing. Access all full album listens via the link in the description. This one's Into the Lungs of Hell. Let's go. I don't know what to expect with this. This isn't one of the more popular Megadeth tracks, I know that. I'm telling you, Big Four of thrash metal, fair enough, but Megadeth always come, well, up until this point, Megadeth have sort of come across to me like a speed metal band as opposed to a thrash metal band. Verging on neoclassical here. It's an instrumental. Bruh. Oh no, I was looking at it in my darkest hour. Yeah, 3 minutes, 22 seconds this instrumental intro. Why are you gonna... Like, I've already got issues with this. Like, starting off with a hench instrumental, fair enough, but then having Anarchy in the UK as number 3 is just ridiculous to me. Like, the listing of the tracks is just bizarre. It's a hard chord progression, but come on. They're very theatrical, very dramatic. As of so far, I think out of the big three, Megadeth are the ones I've hated on the most. Anthrax, I've had a couple of surprising good numbers, to be fair with you. Megadeth hasn't tickled my pickle too much yet. Right. I mean, what can I say to that? I'm not the biggest fan of guitar solos in this day and age. That was just a shred central intro, man. I want to hear some songwriting. We got Set the World Afire coming up, so hopefully it perks me up a little bit. Does this one? Cause that was just a bit. I don't get excited at that stuff. dezrocksteady, King of the Pit TV. So far, so good. So what? The 2004 remaster. Let's just jump straight into it. We just listened to the intro track. Let's go. Set the World Afire. 1.8 million views. Megadeth's best album, says Prime Zero. And someone responds, this album is objectively the worst. That's a great riff. That's a great riff. That riff needs to kick back in.
Human success and maybe soon children will be blown open. We all live for one planet. We'll all run the smoke.
the production isn't great, is it? Especially considering this is a remaster. There's no punch. There's no emphasis. These dudes didn't have the sound production at this point that the competitors had regarding the Big Four. No way. Right, that'll set the wall of fire. I'll tell you what, there was a couple of really good riffs in there, so I'm not going to hate. And as far as the production, I made a comment saying the production doesn't hold up. It definitely doesn't hold up to the competitors because there's, you know, some serious investment going into the sound quality of some of the opposing bands like Slayer and, I mean, even the Anthrax record we listened to last, the second one, the Sickness record, that was really good, really well sounding. I'd say this is a 2004 remaster. It doesn't sound great, but I like how raw it is. Me personally, and my tastes, I do like it in its own way, but I don't think it comes across to me as, you know, studio magic. It's more so just a, you know, tight recording for the most part. Although tight would be a stretch as well, because like I think it was at the start of this track, the tremolo picking, you can hear it go out of time and stuff. So, you know, I don't know what the deal is with the recording sessions for this one. We will find out, but that will set the world afire. We've got Anarchy in the UK coming up next, which is going to be quite interesting. Quite interesting. dezrocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to So Far, So Good, So What. It's been interesting to say the least as of so far. It's only going to get more interesting. So we've got a Sex Pistols cover here. I like the original. Anarchy in the UK is timeless. So it's going to be interesting to hear what they've done with this. Why they've put this on a record in the third position after one of the songs being an introduction, I have no idea. I think it's a terrible placement. But a little bit of novelty. Let's see what they've done to the tune.
And
I mean, it's a good sounding cover, and they're giving good homage and respect to the original. But it's man, Megadeth is the corniest. Megadeth is the corniest band out of them all. Honestly, it's incredibly cheesy.
Give a wrong time, stop my traffic light. Your future dream is a shopping spree. 'Cause I wanna be anarchy.
Like if the beef was actually happening at this point, the tension between Metallica and Megadeth at this point. Oh, if I was in Metallica, I'd look at this record as of so far and I'd think no chance. He hasn't got a chance. What's he doing? What's he doing? I'd find it hilarious if I was in Metallica at this point. I'd just be smoking on a fat cigar, waiting quarter annual for these Master of Puppets royalties to roll on in. When was this originally released? Have we got credits and so forth? We do. Right, so let's have a look at some factoids here. We've got producer Dave Mustaine, studio personnel, mastering engineer Tom Baker, studio personnel engineer Paul Lanny, producer Nick Menza, studio personnel and mixer Michael Wagner or Wagner perhaps, lyricists Glenn Matlock, Paul Cook, Steve Jones, Johnny Rotten. So the Pistols, as far as the lyricists are concerned, so rightfully so, they are credited and they will be getting paid off of this track for writing the song basically.
In the city.
This guy says heavier, faster, and better. Only Dave could actually capture the same angst that fueled the original. The attitude is maybe more in your face in a different way. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like I hear a lot more menace in the vocals, especially live. Bruh, you can't cover Anarchy in the UK and do it better. You just cannot do that. You cannot make it better. Yeah, heavier, faster, and better. It's not better. No way is it better. Can't be better. I think we could say that for any cover, really. Personal preference, yeah, but it Motley Crue covered it as well. Jeez Louise. A huge improvement over the original version of the album. It sounded overcluttered with reverb and overdubs. It was almost as bad as Phil Spector's treatment to the Beatles' early solo albums, but Anarchy especially sounds incredible. It has more punch and you can hear each instrument in addition to be able to hear the lyrics. It's cool. It's cool. It wasn't a bad cover at all. If you know what I mean, I'll definitely say that was a good cover. It was a good cover. It was. They added their own tinge. The lead guitars, the double kick, the chugging. It was good. It was a great cover. It was a great cover. I disagree with it being on the record. I think it should have been a B-side, but hey, that's me. That's me. We got Mary Jane coming up next, track number 4. All right, I wonder what that's about. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in, watching the Specsavers Guide to Kissing. We're waiting to have a listen to Mary Jane, all right, which is track number 4 off of So Far So Good So What. We're listening to the remaster, and I mean, we're on track 4, and it feels like right now we're actually going to start to hear the record. I've only heard one song written by him so far. I'm not going to count an instrumental intro as a tune. So this one's Mary Jane. Let's jump in, people. Come on. Dave Ellefson in the band at this point. Dave did a lot for the band, didn't he? It was Dave who came to a sticky end, didn't he, with Megadeth? Not so long back now. Bad times, bad times. What's your opinion on that? Should have Mustaine kept him in the band or what? Let me know.
I must not be insane.
Here we go. Cheeky riff that. Tight. This section's really tight.
Beware my friends, she passed by. She was now, so once was I, as I am now. So you must be, prepare my friends to follow me. Give me father for a son. Arms of the air, a wish of the wind.
It's a very bizarre production. It sounds very thin. The drums just don't sound strong, do they? But they work as well as the rhythm guitar in. It sounds very organic. as opposed to like very polished and shiny, which some might prefer. I have a love-hate relationship with what I'm hearing with the sound production right now. That was hard, that. Yeah, some very tight riffing in there. Some very tight riffing. I gotta give some props to drums as well. Is it Nick Menza on the drums? It really emphasising them bumps and stabs and all of them concentrated forces in them licks and riffs. Really good. Got 502 coming up. 502. Hold on tight. Hold on tight.
From Christopher.
Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. dezrocksteady at King of the Pit TV. This is track 5 of 8 on So Far, So Good, So What. We're listening to the remaster. This one's 502 or 502, whatever you want to call it. Least viewed one so far, so I haven't got high hopes. This record has been bizarre. It's been like a filler record in my opinion as of so far. This is not a representative as to why Megadeth is in the big four of thrash metal in my personal opinion. Let's go. Cal Cameron says best song on the album. One thing Megadeth do have is song by song, conceptually, they do or can come across a little more, creative than their competitors in the Big Four. I mean, that ain't something you'd find in the opposing bands, not as far as what I'm concerned up until this point. This record is a bizarre creation. Honestly, this record's a bizarre creation. That I didn't think too much of that tune. Somebody said that was best tune on the record. I think that says a lot. In My Darkest Hour coming up, and I remember this one because this was on Megadeth's Greatest Hits. I had the CD back in the day, and there's some fantastic numbers on there. You know, with the explosion on the front, the nuclear blast. So, In My Darkest Hour coming up, track number 6. dezrocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Track number 6 of 8. This one's In My Darkest Hour. Alright, so 14 million views on this one. So this might be the fan favourite and potentially the best track on the record. There's only one way to find out. Alright, let's go. It's also the longest track on the record. Undoubtedly Mustaine's greatest vocals ever, says New England chick. Great phrasing here. I like the songwriting involved within this motion. The change of section and the way he phrased that passage was nice.
You'll never know how hard I tried. Fire space satisfy you too. Things will be better when I'm dead and gone. Don't try to understand, knowing you. I'm probably wrong, but oh, I'll live my life for you till you tear away.
This is a great riff. It's almost Tornado of Souls-esque. Great riff. Great bookending with the clean guitars. That was the most mature display of songwriting we might have seen throughout the entire three records of Megadeth we've listened to so far. A rightful 14 million views on that. That really is a great number. That is possibly the best track on the record, given I haven't heard the next two yet. But that's fantastic. From the clean section, there's a great build up from the slow balladesque. Songwriter emphasized verses that lead up to the thrash metal and the great riffing and the fantastic lead guitars. That's good. And then we bookend it with the clean section once again. We've got Liar coming up next, alright, track number 7, hold on tight. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. This one's called Liar. Let's not waste your time or mine, let's go. Track number 7, we're listening to the full record. This is an interesting, in my opinion, a true comment. Adrian Fong says, I love the fact that Megadeth has so many effing songs and all of them have a different approach and texture. Truly a fan-dedicated metal band. I don't know about a fan-dedicated metal band, but definitely have a different approach and, you know, different ideas popping off in each song. Definitely. I think it's a blessing and a curse for this band, really. It's a good riff. It's a good riff. I like that. That vocal performance there was really good. You don't hear that often, do you? So that was Liar. That was track number 7. My opinion on that, the riffs were great. The groove was great. Vocal phrasing was great. Lyrically, it was a bit, you know, when he starts going off about herpes and all this and that, and you know, there's a real edgy factor when it comes to this band, and I know why the younger generation love him so much, and I know why I enjoyed what I heard when I was younger. But nowadays, I hear it and I just think it's a bit cringe. Like Mustaine. Everyone referring to him as peed off in the comments, he's an angry guy and all that. Bro, there's nothing worse than hanging out with someone who's just angry and insecure and bitter about everything, you know what I mean? It's just not a good look. Let's finish this record off, hook in mouth, alright? Let's see if this one seals the deal, you know? Yes, now bless, now don't forget the rest. Now let's finish this. We've been listening to So Far So Good So What, the 2004 remaster. This is the last track on the record, track number 8. It's entitled Hook in Mouth. In all fairness, it's been an easy enough listen, but I'm glad to finish this record off. I'm going to do a little rating and a review of this record afterwards, so hold on tight. This one's Hook in Mouth, let's go. Heavy. Great guitar solo. The first solo in particular was my favourite. That was good. It sounded like John Petrucci or something. Yo, someone let me know who are the PMRC. Great riff, ignorant riff. Sounds like a riff from SOD. That was hook in mouth. That was a good number. That I don't understand the context because I don't know who the PMRC are, but I like the riffage in that one. The guitar solos were neat as well. Really cool guitar soloing. Lyrically, I didn't follow it too much. Quite good, yeah, quite good. If the entire record sounded like that, I'd be more than happy. But you know, that's so far so good. So what over? It was an interesting record to say the least. I'm gonna do another video now as to where I sort of overview it. I'll give it a rating and so forth, and I'll tell you my opinion of it as a whole. So I'm signing out, people. One love. Until next time.